What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Adamantality World. I have the WrestleMania results and my thoughts on everything that went down at WrestleMania 33. But first, don't forget to like below, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out, and I really do appreciate it. So on to first, the kickoff show. We had 3 matches. The first one was for the Cruiserweight Championship. This was between Austin Aries and Adrian Neville, aka Neville. Neville was the champ. A lot of flips and tosses and things like that. It was entertaining physically. But in the end, Neville had to be dirty. He had to dig into Austin Aries' eye. Then he kind of hurt him a lot. So then he jumped up on the top rope. Red arrow, boom, pins him 1, 2, 3, and still Cruiserweight Champion Neville. Second match was for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I had Big Show going in on this one, but he got eliminated pretty quick, which stinks because it's his last WrestleMania most likely. Then what else is it? Oh, then they showed Rob Gronkowski, which is from the New England Patriots. Apparently, he could be anybody for all I know. If they didn't put that down below, I couldn't tell you who he was because I don't watch football. Apparently, he's a fan of Mojo Rawley, and that came into play because Mojo Rawley used him to help him hurt Jinder Mahal so that Mojo Rawley would become your new Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal winner, which we all know doesn't mean anything because anybody who's ever won it has gone on to do nothing with it. The third match on the kickoff was Dean Ambrose versus Baron Corbin for the Intercontinental Championship, as you can see down below there. I said this is an alright match. Like I said, these guys aren't horrible, but I don't care about their story too much because it's Baron Corbin. Like I said, they just went back and forth, and he went to try to do End of Days or something, and then Dean Ambrose got him in the dirty deeds. Boom! Pins him, grabs his leg, pulls him up. 1, 2, 3, and still your Intercontinental Champion, Dean Ambrose. So to start off WrestleMania, you had the New Day come out, of course, because they're hosting the bad boy. They come out, there's talking, and then someone, I believe Big E, makes some kind of reference about pulling our levers, which I guess was something that happened in the Xavier Woods sex tape. I didn't watch it, so I don't know, so you can let me know below exactly what he's talking about. So they get into the first match, which is AJ versus Shane. Shane misses AJ Styles when he's on the table, so he misses there. And then he tries to go for a shooting star press on the top turnbuckle. And first I thought he was just going to do an elbow, but he did like this. I'm like, well, you're just on the top rope. Why are you doing that? And he gets, oh, boom, misses a moonsault. And I'm like, oh, that's why you're praying to God. But he did get AJ Styles on a coast-to-coast at some point during that match. But in the end, AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, hits Shane McMahon, boom, across the face with a phenomenal forearm. 1, 2, 3, AJ Styles wins. Then you had Jericho versus Kevin Owens for the United States Championship. I thought this one was going to be a lot better than it actually ended up being. I mean, granted, they're really good wrestlers. They did a bunch of different lion salts and flips and things like that, and they kept pulling their knees up to block them. But towards the end, I said, Jericho, I can't remember exactly what he did to Kevin Owens, but he had him in the pinning position. And I thought this was funny because instead of reaching out and putting out a whole arm, he goes, bing, onto the rope. And he's like, oh, ring awareness. He's got ring awareness. Oh, my gosh, it's so great. So Kevin Owens rolls out. He grabs Chris Jericho, hurts his leg, pulls him out. Boom! Powerbombs him onto the apron, rolls him in, pins him 1, 2, 3, and new. Where is it? Oh, it's on the bottom. United States Champion. You can't see it. Kevin Owens. Next up, you had the Raw Women's Championship between Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Charlotte, and Bayley, the current champion. Did anybody else think that Sasha looked like she was getting ready to go to prom? Like her hair was all done up? I mean, I understand you want to look pretty, but you're getting ready to fight for the Raw Women's Championship, which is much better than the SmackDown Women's Championship, in my opinion. Alright, so this happened exactly like I thought it would at the beginning. They had all 3 of them going against Nia Jax because she's the bigger guy. I mean, girl. I'm not like most girls. Yes, I'm a professional singer, by the way, on the side. Not. So they finally pinned Nia Jax. They all had to get on top of her to pin her for 1, 2, 3. Then you had at one point Charlotte did that corkscrew moonsault onto Bayley and Sasha. This scares the heck out of me every time she does it because I don't know if she's going to land on it wrong, land on them wrong, break her leg, break her ankle, blow her kneecap out like Seth Rollins did. I don't like it. Anyway, Charlotte removed the cover on the apron. Boom, hits Sasha with it, pins her up 1, 2, 3. Kind of underwhelming, but c'est la vie. So then you had just Charlotte and Bayley. But like I said, then they kind of went back and forth. Bayley threw Charlotte off the top of the rope. Then she went to hit her. Then supposedly she hit the same little turnbuckle thing. Then she did, oh yeah, Macho Man elbow off the top rope. 1, 2, 3, and still your Raw Women's Champion, Bayley. This one was also kind of underwhelming. It's kind of like, they were just trying to get him out there, get him out there, get him out there. So then you had the Hall of Fame ceremony. They showed a recap over. They had all the people that were in the Hall of Fame come out and like, and the Rick Rude family, and they kind of, hey, thank you, thank you, and then they went on to that. Then they had it for the Raw Tag Team Championship, which it was a short match, but I still think was possibly the match of the night because I love ladder matches. And of course, Enzo and Cass come out, Sheamus and Cesaro come out, the Club come out, but then the New Day come out and like, hey, just so you know, we're hosting this, and there's 4 teams, and you're like, oh, the New Day. I mean, I love the New Day, but people are starting like, oh, the New Day, you're going to really use your power to get you in here to win the tag team titles. Kofi Kingston takes his cowboy hat off. He starts walking to the ring. I said, do. Yeah! Me and my buddies popped like anybody who would pop who's a big wrestling fan, a huge Hardys fan. They come out. People start going, delete, 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 delete. I had goosebumps on me the second time I watched it still. That's how much I was excited about it. But throughout the match, it was cool. They had the ladders and everything. Let's say it was a quick match. People flipping off of things, getting hurt. Enzo did actually get on Cass's shoulders, but he didn't actually get the tag team titles. But towards the end, like I said, they had the 2 ladders on the outside. They had Cesaro on one. They had Sheamus on one. Jeff Hardy ding, sets up that huge ladder, gets on the top while Matt's at the bottom of the ladder inside the ring. Then you see Jeff get up on the top, and you're like, oh, we know what's about to happen here. He jumps up, Swanton Bomb, destroys Cesaro's ladder. Sheamus kind of gets like, I think maybe his feet or something, just kind of roll off. I would not be surprised if Cesaro is not there tomorrow from broken ribs or something like that, because poor Cesaro took a beating in that one move. Like I said, I'm sure Jeff got hurt too, but as much as it hurts falling that far, I guarantee you it hurts even more having someone who's 200-something pounds land on you from that far. So your new WWE Raw Tag Team Champions, the Hardys. I wonder if they're going to use the broken gimmick or not. So then we had the loving couple of matches between Cena and Nikki versus Miz and Maurice. Miz and Maurice, of course, come out. Then Nikki comes out for possibly one last time. And then she's walking to the ring, and all of a sudden John Cena comes out. He just starts booking it to the ring, and you see him getting closer and closer and closer. And the camera shows Nikki like walking, and all of a sudden Cena starts running past her, and she's like, are we running? Are we running now? We're running? Okay. And they ran into the ring. They did pretty good with getting Miz over a little bit. Like I said, it wasn't just a squash match. Like I said, Miz had some good shots in there. Maurice did all right. But in the end, Cena got Miz in the FU or attitude adjustment, did to him, while Nikki did her adjusted rack attack, pinned her 1, 2, 3. Miz and Maurice leave. Then John Cena and Nikki are there. And of course, everybody knows what's going to happen now. John Cena talks about when Nikki Bella had her neck surgery. He said there's some point where you're not going to remember what happened. You're going to tell me the honest truth, and I'm going to ask you a question. So he's like, can you hear me? She said, yeah. He's like, you know I'm going to marry you, right? She's like, yeah. And he's like, I just need you to say yes one more time. He pulls out this gigantic ring. Jeez Louise, John. Like, that thing costs more than, I don't know what. I would love to know how much that thing costs, because I'd love to buy it, or not buy it, steal it, sell it, and then never have to work ever again. That's how much that thing's got to be worth. It's millions of dollars right there. Good for them. I said, I still don't know if they were toying us the entire time, saying Nikki was never going to get engaged by John or what, because if they did, they tricked me. The next match was between Triple H and Redesign, Rebuild, Reclaim, Mr. Seth freaking Rollins. Triple H came out to a police escort for some reason, because I guess that's as cool as Terminator and the King of Kings thing. But who I thought had a really cool entrance was Seth Rollins. At first he was not coming out. You're like, oh cool, Samoa Joe did attack him before the match, and they're not actually going to have it. But he comes out and he's got this like lantern thing, and he just kind of walks up. He's got a sweet suit. He goes, boom, puts it to the ground. It starts acting like it's fire. Goes to the end. That was a sick entrance. Back and forth with each other the whole time, just like biting my nails, like, please don't hurt your knee, please just get through the match. I had to hand it to them. They did a really good job with this match. I don't know if Seth was hurt or if it's fake or what, but I figured they were going to have to kind of delay this match onto another time, but I think it was a really good match. It came down to Seth getting ready to hurt Triple H, and then Stephanie gets up there and holds him. Seth moves right when Triple H goes to hit him. He almost hits Steph, and he goes, oh, whoa, whoa. And then when he turns around, boom, super kick to Triple H. He hits Stephanie. She falls into a table, which I thought was a really cool touch. Turns around, boom, 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 and pedigree, 1, 2, 3. Seth Rollins has slayed the King of Kings. The next match was for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship right here, as you see, between Bray Wyatt, the current champion, and Randy Orton, the contender, the winner of the Royal Rumble. Randy Orton, I'm sorry, Randy Orton. Bray Wyatt came out, of course, to all the fireflies and everything. And then, excuse me, and then Randy Orton came out to a big old snake coming down below. He was like walking, like that was kind of cheesy, but whatever. It's WrestleMania, it's wrestling. It's supposed to be cheesy. Back and forth, nothing too special. The only kind of thing that was kind of special was there was a couple of times when Bray would go into the corner while Randy was hurt, and the first time it showed a bunch of maggots on the ring. That was kind of a cool effect. And then like, what's going on here? Second time they did it, there was worms. Third time, there was crickets. Maggots, I think, are gross. Worms are alright. Crickets, they're harmless as heck. But then they go back and forth, and then Randy Orton finally gets him in an RKO out of nowhere. Boom, 1, 2, 3, and new WWE World Heavyweight Champion Randy Orton. 13-time champion Randy Orton. So the next match was for the WWE Universal Championship between Goldberg and Brock Lesnar. I thought that was kind of funny that they actually put both those title matches back to back. But who am I to say? I figured that was actually going to be the main event, but it wasn't. So like I said, it was between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. Goldberg was going for the spear at the very beginning. Brock Lesnar got behind him. Boom, suplex, boom, suplex, boom, suplex. He got like 10 suplexes in that match, but there was a couple of times when Goldberg got some spears on him. I was like, oh, this is going to be it. He actually speared him, jackhammered him. Brock Lesnar actually kicked out, so that was a shocker. But in the end, Brock Lesnar gets him up in position. Boom, boom, F5 for 1, 2, 3, and new WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Paul Heyman is a very happy man. Next up was for the SmackDown Women's Championship between Alexa Bliss, Naomi, Carmella, Natalya, Mickie James, and Becky Lynch. I said this one I thought was funny with the entrance because they didn't let everybody get to the ring until they started the next one. It was, all right, you get halfway down, now you go, now you go, now Naomi, now Alexa, now whoever, and they just boom, 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 sped on through like, come on, we got to get this out of here. We're already going on 16 hours of this show. They got them in there. They went back and forth. Like I said, nothing too special, but Naomi gets Alexa Bliss in some kind of submission. She gets her in there. Alexa taps, and new SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi. Like I said, it was cool because she lost the belt because she got hurt, and now she's the champion again. She wasn't afraid. She was afraid she wasn't even going to get to make it to WrestleMania, but she made it to WrestleMania, and she won, and that's cool. So we finally get to the main event of WrestleMania 33. It took 17 hours to get here, but we did it. It was Roman Reigns versus Undertaker for the yard, I guess. I said even good old JR could not save this match. They had him come out for special announcer, and people were still like me and my buddies were just like, I want this to be over with. They got a bunch of spears in there, Undertaker, a bunch of Superman punches. He even got Undertaker got a tombstone piledriver on Roman, but of course Roman kicked out like everybody has the last 17 WrestleManias. It's no longer a good special. They had one spot where Undertaker was going to go for the tombstone piledriver, I believe. Then they flipped it over. He tried to reverse it. Roman did, kind of like Brock Lesnar did. But Roman Reigns is not as strong as Brock Lesnar, so he dropped Undertaker. And he's like, I'll do it again. We dropped him again. It's like, forget it. We'll try it again later. Did some more spears. At the very end, Roman ran back and forth the ropes, I guess, to get more speed, which doesn't make any sense because you can only go so fast. And you see Undertaker like, where's he going? And he got speared. Pins him, 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns leaves Undertaker there to lay up. I said, Undertaker sits up. They start showing the blue lights, and next thing you know, Undertaker's got all of his clothes on. He walks to the middle of the ring, takes his gloves off, takes his jacket off, takes his hat off, leaves in the middle of the ring, goes over to his wife, gives her a kiss, walks to the ramp where he came up through, gets on there, does this, holds his hand up, and just sinks down into the ramp. And that's it. That was WrestleMania 33. I hope you enjoyed the show. I hope you liked the video. Tell me what you thought about WrestleMania down below. Tell me what you thought about this video down below. Like, subscribe. Thank you so much. We got another year till WrestleMania 34, which will probably be Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar again. Oh God, no. That's it. Thank you for enjoying the show. Peace.